about the first Thanksgiving.
You don't? Well, let's learn about it today, okay? So, the first Thanksgiving happened a long, long time ago. Do you know how many years ago?
1,000,000,100 years.
Now, what year is it right now? 2023. So guess what year the first Thanksgiving happened?
2001.
1620. That's a really long time ago, right? Before your mom was born and your dad was born, before your grandparents were born. Long, long time ago.
So Jesus was a boy?
Oh, Jesus was born. Yeah, Jesus has always been here, right? He's always been. And way across this ocean, this is the, anybody know what ocean this is?
Atlantic.
Way across the Atlantic Ocean, way over here is England, okay? If we have a church here, right? This is our church. And if somebody came in and told us, you can't worship God like this, you can't pray and you can't sing to him, would that be sad? That would be sad, wouldn't it? So we're so thankful that we get to worship God the way we want to. But these people didn't have that freedom. They couldn't do that. So you know what they decided to do? They decided to leave. You're right. So, does anybody know how they got here?
With the Mayflower.
Good. What is the Mayflower?
Oh, yeah, the boat.
It's a boat, a big ship.
I was about to say a boat.
Good. So anyway, so they got on this big ship, and it's got a big, what is this big thing? They didn't have a motor on it. Or did they have a big sail? So
they had like a steering wheel also.
They probably did, you're right. So they can know which way to go, right? So they decided to go across. They probably had heard about this new land that they could go to. And so they decided to go across this big ocean. Do you know how many people were on the boat, on the ship?
1,000,000,100.
That's a good guess.
99?
50. What do you think, Joseph? How many people do you think were on there?
1,072.
Oh, that's a good guess. 1,072. What do you think, Chloe?
99?
Good guess. What do you think? 1,000.
100. It says it.
100. Okay, Eris, what do you think? 1 trillion. That's a lot. They decided to get on the ship, and they decided to come over to America so that they could have freedom to worship
here
God.
now?
How long do you think it took them to get here?
100
100 days, or what do you think?
years.
Years. Do you think a boat travels fast or slow?
Slow. I would say 1,241. No.
Well, guess what? It took them 66 days. That's not too bad, right? But
That's kind of like a month.
yeah, it's 2 months, right? But if you're on a boat and you can't get out and run around and play and stop at McDonald's and get a hamburger, or, you know, it would be a long, long trip, you think?
I would go spend money.
And then do you think when you're on a boat like this and you're rocking back and forth, and you might get a little seasick?
And homesick too.
Yeah, homesick too, you're right. So it was a long trip, right? They probably had storms. When the wind came up. Yeah, that's from them. When they got here, they made it to America, and they landed in a place called Cape Cod. Let me show you the Native Americans. We're so glad that they were there, because guess what the Native Americans did? Here they are. But they became their friends, and guess what they did?
Joined forces.
They did. They joined forces, and they taught them how to do things. Guess what they caught? What kind of fish they would eat? This is kind of yucky. An eel.
Oh, they're baby sharks.
Oh, maybe baby sharks too. I don't know. There was a man called Squanto.
And then they were learning how to do coin.
You're right, and he would teach them how to plant. Because he knew that they needed to have, vegetables and different things to eat. So they were growing corn, so they put corn kernels down in there, right? And guess what the fish was for? Kind of interesting. I've never done this in my garden.
Putting it in the soil.
They did. You know what it was for? It was for fertilizer,
Oh,
which helps it to grow.
I thought it was to grow fish tree.
Fish tree, no. That'd be silly.
More like a hamburger tree.
Oh my goodness, that would be funny. So they taught them how to build homes, and they built them in these long rows. They had these different houses, and it probably took a long time, right?
Is this a story or a video?
It's a storybook. After a while, what they decided to do is to celebrate, because they had all these vegetables and all the. We forgot about the
They have
turkey. Where do you think they got turkeys from?
Turkey trees.
Turkey trees? Nope, no such thing as a turkey tree. What do you think, Eric?
And pastures.
In pastures, you mean like out in the field somewhere?
Yeah.
The wild turkey. Yeah. Guess what came over on the Mayflower with the, you might have one of these at home. It's alive. And it's.
Dog?
You're right. Guess how many dogs came over on the Mayflower? 2. Isn't that funny? Now, why do you think they decided to have this big feast?
Because they found a turkey.
But what do you think
And
they were?
found a turkey
What do you
tree,
think
too.
they were
They found a
celebrating?
fish tree, and they
Maybe a lot of
a
people
corn
came
tree.
and they wanted to help them.
Yeah, they did.
Like they shared the veggies that
You're
they
right.
have and
This is a picture of what it might have looked like, a big, big table. So they decided to take.
How did they make the big table?
Well, they probably built it out of wood, yeah. So they took all the vegetables and all the, maybe some fish and some turkey, and they decided to have a big feast. Now, guess what? When you have Thanksgiving dinner with your family coming up, how long do you celebrate Thanksgiving?
1 day.
One day, a little while, maybe an afternoon.
hour?
An hour.
One
How long do
minute,
you
4
celebrate,
hours.
Chloe?
1 day.
How long do you think?
1
2
day.
days?
1 minute.
1 minute. Guess how long they celebrated?
1
3
minute.
days. Who knows what our very first president of the United States was?
George Washington.
I was about to say that. I was about to say that. We made those projects in school.
Good. So he was our very first president, and guess what he decided to do? He decided to make Thanksgiving Day a celebration for America every
National
year. Yeah, nice National Day every year, so that we can celebrate
This.
and be thankful for all that God's
But
given
I
us,
haven't
right?
had the feet.
What are some things that we can remember from this story? What do you think, Eric? What can we learn from the Pilgrims?
To be nice to other people and to give gifts and some food and learn all about them and be brave.
That's right. And the Native Americans were their friends. They're the ones that helped them, right, when they came here. What about the important thing about them worshiping God? Was that important for them to come here
Yes.
to do that so they could do that? So it's important for us to worship God and to, if somebody tells us we can't.
Praise God.
That's right. Then we're thankful that we're able to do that in this country, right? So we should always be thankful for that. So I want you to go around and tell me, what's the biggest thing you're thankful for this year?
Family, friends, and shelter.
Very good. Shelter's very important too. Our family and friends are just wonderful. What about you, Chloe? That you have family. You're thankful for your family. What do you want to thank God for?
I don't know.
Yeah. Are you thankful for your family?
Yeah.
Who's in your family? Tell me about your family. Cats. Oh, cats.
I have 2.
Do you have any brothers and sisters? Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have a sister.
Oh, you're thankful for your sister? Good. All right, Eric, what are you thankful for, buddy?
That we all come together.
Oh, that's so nice.
And I ate something so sweet that I didn't like it, but I wanted to finish it.
Oh. Okay, Joseph, what are you thankful for, buddy?
That we have a nice family.
That you have a nice family. You do have a nice family. I know your brothers and your mom and dad. That's very nice. Good, we're all thankful for so many things, aren't we? So thankful for our church. We're thankful for Jesus. We're thankful for all that God gives us, right? I'm thankful for all of you, and thank you for letting me come today to talk about Thanksgiving.